Hey, we going on a walk or what? Are we going? Let's go. Let's go on a walk. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Howdy Digibib. So today I am actually lucky enough to have a day where I can just sort of hang out around the house, chill with my dog. So instead of taking you on a wild adventure today, I was thinking I could take you on a walk with my dog, maybe talk for a few minutes, then come back to the house and hope that these birds stop screaming so that I can tell you a little bit about translingualism. Come on. This way. Come on. Alright, so, what is this newfangled world of translingualism of which I'm speaking, you might ask? And what does it have to do with race? Well, remember last episode where we talked about how race and language difference are intrinsically intertwined? I think I used that phrase 2 or 3 times. Charlie, it's a dog. We're good. Let's go. Come on. Well, translingualism is a relatively new idea that asks us to think of language difference, there's the term language difference, not as a problem that needs to be fixed, or as a barrier that needs to be overcome, but as a resource for producing meaning in reading, speaking, and writing. So language difference isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's actually something that we can work with, that we should be happy to see. It's something that composition teachers should be excited about, which is different, than anything we've ever seen before. We're moving up to a main street, so I'm going to try to get this part of the recording out of the way quickly. But what I think translingualism does better than most other forms of teaching a class is that it recognizes that the formation and definition of languages are fluid. Further, they say that this approach insists on viewing language differences and fluidities as resources to be preserved, developed, and utilized. So what Zhan Lu, John Trimbur, Jacqueline Royster, and Bruce Horner are doing is thinking of the language varieties and language differences that are brought to our classroom not as issues, but as resources to be tapped. Which I think is pretty cool, especially when our world is getting a little more diverse than it used to be. So we are at this park just to end our walk/video for 2 reasons. Number 1, I just like walking around on grass. And number 2, it's a Teddy Ursa nest in Pokemon Go. I'm a simple man. But what we're going to do to wrap this up is to talk about a bit of an issue that comes up when you're talking about translingualism. Myself and a few other scholars, one of whom we'll be talking about in our next video, bring up that the people who wrote the article towards a translingual approach tend to completely ignore the word race in their discussion. There is no mention of race or racism. They see language and race as disconnected, at least in the way they presented their argument. We know that is not true, but the way this article worked is that these 4 scholars were attempting to promote a new idea, and part of that was, at least I think, keeping the race discussion out of it for now. It's easier to promote a new idea if you're not also making people feel uncomfortable about race, which I have issue with, but I understand. So for now, we will give them a pass until we talk briefly about this issue in our next video, when we cover a new book that I'm not going to say the name of right now. If you want to know what book we're covering in our next video, wait till the next video is released. Until then, like, comment, and subscribe, and whatever other YouTubers say to do with this video. Share it with your friends. And as always, if you're interested in submitting a video or a video idea to Digibib, please feel free to email the email address down below the video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for taking a walk with me and my dog Charlie today. And I'll leave you with the outro. See you in the next one. What do you see? See a person? Go get her. No, don't get her. That'd be bad. Let's go.